Historically, the older generations have had higher turnouts for voting. However, from a national poll done at Harvard, 63% of Americans ages 18 to 29 said they would be voting in the 2020 election, compared to 47% from the last presidential election in 2016. Also, according to the Center for Information and Research on Civic Learning and Engagement, more than 3 million people between the ages of 18 to 29 have already voted early or cast an absentee ballot for this year's election. As we try to understand why there is an increase in younger voters, we speak with a few individuals to share their thoughts on voting in the upcoming election.
Hello, my name is Ron Menorca. I am from Sacramento, California, and I am a voter. I voted in multiple elections ever since I've been able to.
Hi, my name is Laura. I'm not a first-time voter. This will be my third time, I believe, voting.
Hello, I am Nicolette Bond, and I am a first-time voter, being 18 years old.
Is voting important?
I think it's important to vote because it's a way to have a voice, because you should be able to have an effect on the country that you live in, and I think everyone's voice does matter. Even if you're a quiet person, you can still vote. The issues that concern me the most when I look at voting are women's rights, education, and healthcare. I always have been voting since I was 18. I think it's important to participate because it does affect you. In the end, I think the worst thing is to be apathetic, and I think given especially how polarized politics have become, it's especially important that we come together and find a way to work together. And the first thing to do in order to begin that process is to participate to begin with, instead of just criticize, and you do that by voting. And that's why it's important to me.
Do you let a candidate's personality affect your views?
So for me, when it comes to voting for a candidate, I think it's very important not to pay attention too much to personalities, right? Whether they make you feel good or whether they're saying the right things, because at the end of the day, those are skills that someone can just learn. And especially when you're surrounded by people who are, money and influencers, and you have this person who really is genuinely acting as if they care about you, but yet all of their background, the way they have voted in the past, who their supporters are, if it's big drug companies, pharmaceutical, whatever, insurance company, then you will have a general sense of how this person will actually vote, especially when something is placed in front of them that says, okay, here's a law that we're gonna try to limit drug prices. I will bet you that that person is much more likely to say there's some flaw to it, if it's the case that they are supported by a drug company. Whereas if they are not supported by any corporation, they are much more likely to take into account what the general population actually want and need in order for those policies to pass.
Do you have any takeaway messages to give to the audience, a call to action?
We need more first-time eligible voters to take a stand. We cannot allow ourselves to put those who can't vote in the same situation we used to be in. Remember how angry we were when we had no voice? Now we have the chance to be the generation that fights corruption in the government and won't be silenced. I've seen all the talk on social media. I know that you all have been paying attention. I know getting those beliefs on a ballot is the very least you can do. Although the government is corrupt, every bit of participation counts. Also, try to participate in local government elections and also Senate and House elections, because there are other ways to be able to influence our government other than just the one election. And also attend protests and talk to your representatives in the House. Recently, because of the coronavirus bill, I was angry because it didn't apply to people who were 17 originally, because they were on the margin of being a child and an adult. So I messaged our House Representative, Katie Porter, and I actually heard back from someone and heard that my my point was recognized and they addressed it in the new bill, which they did later. But I don't know if it was really if it was really paid that much attention to, but I got her talking to me, and just by having that kind of response, someone is listening. So just do as much as you can, because if you don't like the way you're living in this country, then don't just allow it to happen. Just take a stand and fight for change. If you want change, then you have to be able to not just talk, but also take action.
Now, for more information on voting in your county, be sure to check credible sites and sources for the most up-to-date information. In Sacramento, California, Macy Manbury Eagle News, we live in interesting times.